With me now is Tim Zimmerman of the King's Brass, and they will be ushering in the Christmas season with a grand performance Saturday, December 1st at St. Joseph United Methodist Church. Tim, thank you so much for being here today.
Great to be here.
I am just so excited to have you here because the King's Brass has just been a special group for me to watch. Can you tell me how it started?
Well, it started back in Detroit. I was teaching middle school trumpet students in Detroit and couldn't get them to practice. Now, I know that never happens in Fort Wayne, but in Detroit it's a problem. So I thought if I could just get these students up in front of people, maybe they would practice more. So I called a couple churches, and we took 14 sixth grade trumpet students. And we played 2 offertories for these churches. All of a sudden I started getting calls. People started calling me saying, "Hey, I hear you have a brass group. Can you come to our church and do a concert?" I said, "Well, I don't have a brass group. All I have is 14 middle schoolers, and we know one number." But it got me thinking that here I don't have a brass group. What would happen if I did? So I took 7 or 8 of the best of those middle schoolers, took some of my college friends. We started King's Brass. We've been doing it for over 30 years.
30 years.
So about 120 concerts a year, coast to coast, north to south.
Wow, and it started with middle schoolers.
Started middle schoolers. Now, I'm the only one from the group that lives in Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
The group is spread out all over the United States. We fly in, do tours, and we go from there.
So how long have you been in Fort Wayne?
I have lived in Fort Wayne since 88. I came to Indiana.
Okay, so this was after Detroit then?
Yes, Detroit. I went out to school on the East Coast, went and did my master's out there, and then I took a job at Grace College in Winona Lake, worked there for 13 years. So then King's Brass got headquartered out of Indiana.
Well, we are so thrilled that it is. I mean, as this group has evolved over the years and you're traveling all over, I mean, you have how many performances a year? I think you just said
120 concerts a year.
120, so you're traveling all over the country.
Yes, we are.
I mean, is there any place that you don't go to, or is it pretty well east, west, north, south?
Anywhere. We don't get to Montana very often. You know, it's North Dakota occasionally, but we play a lot on the East Coast, a lot on the West Coast.
Was traveling new to you, or did you do any traveling growing up? Or?
I've been traveling all my life.
Yeah.
I grew up in Europe. My dad was a missionary, taught in a Bible school in Finland and Sweden, and so we've traveled all our lives, and so it's kind of in my bones, and I don't mind traveling. I love traveling. I love seeing our friends all over the United States. I get to see them when I travel and get to see lots of family as well, which is nice.
That's a perk for you.
It is very much a perk for me, and I never get tired of it.
Well, and you play so many instruments. I mean, you've got all these brass instruments. I think, you know, when we're watching you and your group, you don't just have one horn. I mean, how many instruments do you play?
I usually use about 4 or 5 trumpets for a concert. Everything from the small piccolo trumpet all the way to the flugelhorn, which is the big lower instrument of the trumpet family. So I play mainly trumpets, but then we have trombones and tubas. And,
I wanted to see what the range was of the instruments.
Yes, so we have 7 brass players, 3 trumpets, 3 trombones, a tuba, a keyboard player, and a percussionist. So they will hear us. It's not a soft concert.
Oh, no.
It's brass. So people kind of know that's what it's going to be, and so.
Well, this concert that you're going to be performing at St. Joe, this is the first time you're performing at that venue, and we were just saying the first Christmas concert that you've given in Fort Wayne.
Christmas concert. I mean, we've been doing Christmas concerts for years all over the United States, but we don't ever get to play Christmas concerts in Fort Wayne. I don't know why, but this will be the first time we brought the Christmas concert here to Fort Wayne. So we're pretty excited about it. And we love the St. Joe venue because it has a wonderful organ, great acoustics, and when we do a concert, it's an all memorized concert. There's movement, the guys move around, we do antiphonal things, we do things coming down the aisle, we do things left to right. So it's not just a group behind stands, it's a very choreographed thing. So bring the kids, bring the kids. They don't get bored, plus we're louder than any kid can scream. So just bring the family.
Well, you know, we've got a little clip here I'd like to show, just to give people an example of what you're talking about here.
Sounds great.
Let's watch this. Wow, I just can't wait to see this. I mean, you right now are about to go to Branson to do a Christmas concert there.
Yes, leaving on Saturday. We're going to be there all the way up till Thanksgiving, and we're at the Hughes Brothers Theater. This is the second year that we've been at Branson, and these will be all Christmas concerts. Branson, November 1, everything turns Christmas. So these will be Christmas. So we will be well in the Christmas groove by the time we get to St. Joe.
So everybody needs to come and welcome in the season and Christmas here on December 1st.
December 1st, what better date to start the Christmas?
And so is it going to be like your Branson show?
Yes, there'll be some similarities. We'll probably do a number of things that are very similar. Now, in Branson, we do more things for the veterans because this is during Veterans Week, which is in a week or so. So we do more veterans things. We will probably won't do as many things. We'll do some of the things for the veterans, but this is going to be mainly a Christmas concert.
Well, and you do so many of your shows at churches, and you're affiliated with those. I mean, talk to me about the history of that.
Well, it's a Christian brass group, so the concerts are mostly in churches, but we do a lot of, we've played at the Embassy here before, but it's always sponsored by a Christian organization, but held in a venue. Now the Branson, that's held at Hughes Brothers Theater. It's not a Christian theater, it's just a regular theater, so we do a number of things. We do a lot of Americana concerts, we do a lot of community concert series, and at Christmas time, since it's Christmas music, we do it in all kind of city venues. We're at the Civic Center in Panama City, so we do a lot of non-church things at the Christmas time as well.
But your brass renditions of hymns, I mean, especially Christmas hymns, just really knock them
Christmas and brass, it just seems to go together. And so we do get a lot of requests at Christmas time, and we like the Christmas. We wish we could spread Christmas all the way around the year. So.
Well, based on that video, I think that I wish we could too. Now, how many musicians do you have at any one time? Is the group a certain? It's always nine.
Okay. There's been this format since probably the middle '80s. The 3 trumpets, 3 bones, keyboard player, and percussion.
And do they change from time to time?
They do. They have to stay with the group for at least a year.
Okay,
the season goes from May to May, but then they can stay as long as they want. Some of those players that you saw on the clip have been with me for 8 years. Oh, wow. The longest anybody has been with me has been 11 years. Wow. And over the 30 years of the group, we've had about 60 players come in and out of the group.
And what's the age range of these musicians?
The youngest are, let me see, probably late 20s, early 30s. And then there's some other guys that are my age, which is in the 50s. We have 2 guys who have retired from military bands. One played 23 years with the West Point Band, trumpet player. Wow. And then we have the tuba player, played 24 years with the Army's Air Force Band. So they retired and came with the King's Brass. So I've known these guys for many, many years. I kept telling them, when you retire, come with the King's Brass. So they have come. It's a pleasure to have that wisdom of years in the group.
Yeah, to have that experience level, it would really help some of the younger musicians who are just joining you.
That is very, very true.
So how do you audition new ones? I mean,
whenever there's an opening, we audition in the spring. Whenever there's an opening, we have a email mailing list, and we post it on our website, and word travels very fast in the brass community. We send it out there, and then we have many more people audition than we can ever use. And
they're from all over the country as well, aren't they?
We're spread out from Colorado to Washington, D.C., down to Texas. So like for Branson, everyone's flying in, then we all fly home for Thanksgiving, then fly in here.
Okay, so it's that year-long commitment, and then they keep joining you for all of the concerts throughout that time.
We do a long tour in the summertime, a 10-week, 65 concert tour. So they fly in for that, and then they go. And this will be like a 3-month tour, beginning in November till the end of January.
And so your concerts are all listed on your website.
Yes.
What is your website?
kingsbrass.org.
And so I saw you can even click on your state to see.
That's right. If you want just the Indiana concerts, there's music clips. You want to buy CDs, you want to find out about the cruise. We're doing a cruise in January, King's Brass Cruise.
Yeah.
If you're getting chilly in Indiana, you could do that.
So the tickets for this concert on December 1st.
That's the best part about this one is free.
It's free.
They're going to take an offering, a free offering at the concert, but they're free. And it's wonderful that St. Joe has opened this up to the community and made it so anybody can come.
Terrific. December 1st, Saturday, December 1st, 7 p.m. Thank
great.
you so much for being here. I am Melinda Haines with the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. On the next Arts Weekly, we'll mix it up with art and drama. You'll meet Deb Washler from ArtLink and Leslie Horman from Fort Wayne Youth Theater. They'll give us the scoop on their latest projects, programs, and shows, and you won't want to miss it. For up-to-the-minute art updates, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and be sure to join us here live Thursday evenings at 7:30 on PBS 39.
The preceding program on PBS 39 was made possible in part by
Excellence lives here in northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.